Hi, my name is Courtney Leon, and today my fellow business executives and I are going to present on the Department of Homeland Security business models and strategies, as well as opportunities and recommendations. The fellow individuals are my business partners, Dana, Caroline, and Connor. For our past strategies at the corporate level, DHS highly values the relationships that they build with their customers, partners, and stakeholders. They honor concepts such as liberty and democracy, for which America stands. The 5 guiding principles are: champion the relentless resilience for all threats and hazards, reduce the nation's risk to homeland security dangers, promote citizen engagement and strengthen and expand trusted partnerships, uphold privacy, transparency, civil rights, and civil liberties, ensure mission-driven management and integration. The 3 core values are integrity, vigilance, and respect. At the business level, there are 6 overarching homeland security missions that make up the DHS strategic plan. And at the functional level, the collective efforts and shared responsibilities of governmental, non-governmental, private sector partners, as well as individuals, families, and communities are critical to the department's success in carrying out its core missions and operational objectives. This includes enhancing shared awareness of risks and threats, building capable, resilient communities, and fostering innovative approaches and solutions through cutting-edge science and technology, while continuing to foster a culture of efficiency, sustainability, and resilience.
Thanks, Courtney. This is Dana. So I'm going to be talking about the business model. So because we are the government, we are funded through the budget. And in the fiscal 2021 budget, we have about $50 billion, which are funded by American taxpayer dollars and are allocated by the Congress and approved by the President. The American people feel the impact and the value of their taxpayer dollars at all touch points in their daily lives. And the resources this funding is being allocated to place emphasis on border security, immigration, terrorism, and cybersecurity. And these resources will help defend our country against a range of natural disasters and man-made threats, as well as implement a policy of relentless resilience, thereby ensuring DHS can focus on today's threats while also preparing for the future. This chart represents the total budget for 2021 by organization. As you can see, President Trump placed a high emphasis on Customs and Border Protection, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, the Coast Guard, FEMA, and TSA. This chart represents the government's priorities in the fiscal year 2021 to make sure that they are protecting the American people.
Thanks, Dana. This is Connor. So for success with strategies in our business model, for counterterrorism, we've been pretty successful. Gallup polled the population, and 68% of those polled felt satisfied with the security. For securing borders, we've also been pretty successful. We've combined with international agencies, especially after taking over the border control in 2003. For secure cyberspace, we've been assessing and evolving cybersecurity countermeasures. An example of a failure might have been Facebook and Cambridge Analytica's involvement in the 2016 election, targeting users with fake news and fake advertisements. We've recently failed at securing the nation during the coronavirus entrance, but now for future epidemics, we've been prepared with our first responders and services.
Thanks, Connor. Now I want to talk about some of the adjustments that could be made to these strategies. For counterterrorism, we did have 417 mass shootings in 2019 in the United States, and many of these could have been predicted by social media activity. In the future, we should use smart technology and tools to prevent and predict acts of terrorism. In securing borders, the Trump administration saw the crisis of children being taken away from adults while legally crossing into U.S. territories escalate due to sharing on social networks. As Connor mentioned, DHS has found success working in conjunction with international agencies. In the field to secure cyberspace, President Trump created the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency in November 2018 to better prepare the United States for physical and digital threats, and we should continue to use this as such. In the front to strengthen preparedness and resilience, the United States failed to recognize the threat of coronavirus on the nation early enough. We must use what we've learned this year to help prevent future pandemics. Additionally, DHS must better communicate the severity of these threats as well as the actions that must be taken directly to U.S. citizens. Thank you for listening.
Moving on to opportunities and recommendations. The potential technological investments. Increasing use of telemedicine and electronic health records, FEMA can advance its app capabilities. Advances in biotechnology will fundamentally change human health and particularly related to aging. Biotechnology offers the means to accomplish control over and improvement in the human condition and promises improvements in lifespan. The advancement of the science and technology underlying the biological aging process has the potential to not only extend the average lifespan, but also to simultaneously postpone many, if not all, of the costly and disabling conditions that humans experience in later life, thereby creating a longevity dividend that will be economic, social, and medical in nature. Technological opportunities. Telemedicine and electronic health records will change patient care and treatment. The Department of Health and Human Services defines telemedicine as the use of medical information exchanged from one site to another via electronic communications to improve a patient's health. This includes using audio and video technologies to provide real-time, two-way communication between patients and healthcare providers. EHR consists of an electronic version of a patient's medical history and the technology used by clinics and patients to access that record. EHR can be used in conjunction with telemedicine to improve healthcare outcomes and reduce errors.
Thanks, Courtney. This is Dana, and I'll be talking about how DHS can overcome some of its organizational weaknesses. These ideas were brought to life in the DHS Strategic Plan for 2020. So first, they recommended streamlining internal communication to be more efficient. As we've mentioned before, there are 22 different agencies within DHS, and by implementing the new internal management software, we've been able to streamline communication. Second, we recommend creating new alliances with mobile app developers. We have $160 million in the 2021 budget allocated to emergency communication. This is the perfect opportunity to use this funding for a mobile application. And third, automating airport security processes with biometric technology. We currently have $3.5 billion for TSA personnel, but $0 towards technology. For environmental threats, we recommend investing in a secure intelligence network so that at the federal level, we can efficiently share intelligence with federal and state authorities. DHS is responsible for accurately assessing and preventing threats against the United States. And then second would be maintaining our strong alliances abroad, using the Office of Partnership and Engagement to make sure that we have outreach efforts with our critical stakeholders abroad during times of crises like COVID-19.
Thanks, Dana. This is Connor. For costs and benefits of the opportunities we've talked about, so for costs for telemedicine, all the systems must be updated across the country. This will have a high cost. For new technology, we may leave behind some Americans, as 19% of the country does not currently own a smartphone. To develop a new FEMA app, it would cost around $200,000 to $350,000 due to the multiple features it would need. For benefits, we'd have a healthier and safer country. Less money would be spent on cleaning up natural disasters if we were more well prepared. And we would be able to prevent outside threats much better, such as hacking and attacks against democracy.
Thanks, Connor. Moving into what I would recommend for our future strategic position. In this time of intense bipartisan politics, DHS must position itself in a way that supersedes political parties, and protecting our country must come first. Improving the way citizens interact with Homeland Security agencies through tech is a way to do so. During COVID-19, DHS should immediately increase its use of telemedicine and electronic health records to protect the public. Shifting TSA budget to implement more advanced screening technology and biometric security at airports. And utilizing the newly created CISA to improve both internal and external communications, as well as evaluating different budget needs to make allocation changes without drastically increasing taxes. Our top 4 recommendations for the 4 agencies we've chosen are for FEMA to advance the capabilities of the mobile application, TSA to utilize advanced biometric screening in all United States airport securities, CBP to work with other international agencies to build a universal system for data transference. And lastly, for CISA to build the credibility through stronger public sector partnerships. Thank you.